it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We are focusing in on how to really adapt, cope, and adjust with the negative, toxic, and angry feelings that occur with exposing a narcissist or a psychopathic individual. Someone who has lied to you. Someone who has lied to you more than once. Someone who has loved you with a facade, a mask, a persona, and presented an individual to you who they really are not. You have discovered that they keep a whole host and a double life. They are not the person that they pretended to be. They are somebody else who is a sham, a scam, someone who has deliberately and calculated hurt you, violated you, put you in danger, emotionally bankrupt you, and made you feel worthless, disgusted, violated, and really betrayed. This is a horrific experience. This is a terrible experience and very confusing, painful, and bewildering to have been in an encounter. Let's just call it an encounter, or what is known kind of in the psychological community is almost as like a pseudo relationship. Because it doesn't really feel like a relationship when you are really engaged with a narcissist, a borderline, or a psychopathic individual. The individuals who are in the cluster B dynamic, who exhibit a personality disorder. A personality disorder that is typified by a number of different things. But number one, a pathological sense of self-importance, coupled with a lack of empathy. Meaning that they don't really understand, value, or validate other people's needs, wishes, desires, or really they're very kind of separate and distant from really caring about others. There's not a real warmth and connection with these people. Everything is all about them. And perhaps it was this all about them mentality that you maybe originally fell in love with. You love them for who that they were. You love them for the mask or the persona who you thought that they were. They seemed to be very beguiling, very charming, very high energy, yet they had an innocence about them, or they exhibited a certain emotional strength that you found captivating. The fact that they maybe did have an ego, the fact that they did seem fearless, the fact that they did seem reckless, the fact that they did seem very unflinching, that they didn't seem to exhibit any sort of anxiety or fear in specific situations. The fact that they seem to not really care or be disturbed by certain things that most people are. Or the fact that they just had a very big ego. Oftentimes this is very much what has been attractive about these individuals. So, now, and you have now basically seen their true colors. You've now seen the true person, that they are incapable of commitment, they're incapable of love, or at least for you. And oftentimes not only is this only for you, but for other areas of their life as well. Because really there's an understanding basically that how they are in one area of their life rolls over and ripples to other areas of their life. So if they're lying to you, they're lying in other areas of their life. If they're living in denial to you, they're living in denial of other areas of their life. So it becomes very pervasive. So for one, if you have that anger, oftentimes that is an anger of being violated. It's an anger of having trusted this person who really you can now not trust. It is putting your faith in somebody when your trust and faith needs to be in really something more divine. And, putting your faith in someone, putting your trust in someone, and looking up to somebody, and maybe has been like a guiding force in your life. And now that guiding force has led you to the wrong area. You have now found yourself in a field, a place, a town, a situation, a circumstance that you do not want to be in. You do not want to be existing with this type of person. They have hurt you, they have violated, they have engaged in pathological lying. You can't get the truth from them. They lash out, they falsely accuse you of things. You don't know where they're coming from. It's just not going to work. So number one, you have to kind of gain an understanding that this is how these people work through life and that cheaters never win. These people who pathologically lie, it's like a moving target. You just don't know where they're going to be firing from, and you don't want to keep firing back at them because it's basically just going to ricochet and hurt yourself. So you don't want to engage in a lot of conflict consciousness with these people. Meaning you don't want to perpetuate the anger, the I am violated, the sort of incessant thoughts of feeling betrayed, of being, just that repetitive, impulsive thoughts that are intrusive and racing, that tend to just, kind of keep you stuck, almost like a hamster on a wheel. If you've ever seen a hamster running on a wheel, they're exhibiting a lot of anger, but they're not really going anywhere. They're exhibiting, they're releasing a lot of anger and aggression, but they're not really getting anywhere. I liken getting stuck to the same situation. You might be exploding, you might have a lot of anger, but it's not really going to get you anywhere. The anger you need to direct towards positive tools, understanding, and productivity in your life. Because just repeating over your mind, this person is so bad, this shouldn't have happened, what am I going to do now, I'm stuck, all these repetitive, unproductive thoughts are going to keep you stuck, and this keeps people stuck for hours, days, week, months, years. So you have to ask yourself, wow, do I want my life to get stuck on this hamster wheel of improductivity and anger? And saying, is this really serving me? Is this really where I want to keep stuck? Is this really where I really want to lock down my life and be stuck in these repetitive negative emotions that have been caused by this individual in the situation? Or perhaps is it better to learn and have an understanding that it's better to let it go? And people say, well, what do you mean it's just, let it go? Realizing that this person is the cause of so much of these feelings in your life. And you can forgive them, meaning let them go, but you don't need to forget. So forgiving means understanding that they are a person, with perhaps some behavior problems, personality problems, character disorder problems. They can be narcissistic, borderline, psychopathic, and that is who they are. And these individuals are very resistant to change. They do not oftentimes have empathy or feel or own that they have done anything wrong. So in order for a person to change, they have to see and identify what they need to change. So if you're with an individual who is narcissistic, borderline, or psychopathic, and they don't feel, believe, or understand that they have, or own that they have done anything wrong, that it was okay to mistreat you, neglect you, exploit you, and lie to you, and take advantage of you, if they think that they have done nothing wrong, then they are not going to learn. They are not going to improve. They are going to perpetuate, and they're going to continue. And oftentimes these individuals, their disorder gets more pronounced with time, meaning it quote unquote gets worse. It becomes more present. It becomes more pervasive. And if you find that you are unhappy with people who lie, if you're unhappy with people who blame, if you're unhappy with people who are blame shifting and wanting to always perpetrate anger, as oftentimes these individuals do, particularly the borderline, want to provoke anger in those people around them in their life. They're just trying to set people off. They are button pushers. They are controllers. They want you to basically explode, and then look how, crazy you are. They want you to explode and look how out of control you are, and then you need me to put your life back together. Ask yourself this question. Is this how you want to spend your time, attention, and your value? Is this an adventure for you to constantly be combative? Is this exciting for you to constantly be in a conflict with these people? What is your payoff from being around people who always want to incite anger and trouble and provoke this in your life? This is how they are. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you being nicer, prettier, more handsome, richer, taller, this or that. It has only to do with them, and they will basically, once they have it made up in their mind that this is who they want to scapegoat, target, you can't do anything to change them. So obviously the solution is to let them go. Forgive them for being who they are, because it's not your fault. You didn't make them who they are. They are who they are. release the responsibility for doing the job of trying to straighten them out, have them see the light, have them see how good you are. Give up that struggle, give up that fight, because if you have been struggling, look how good we have, look how good I am to you. Why don't you get this? Why don't you get that? I mean, you're not going to make that impression anymore. I mean, if they're not getting it by now, they're not going to get it. So let them go. It doesn't mean you have to forget what happened. What happened, but you need to learn. And if you can learn from the experience that this is who they are, and that just to stand out of the way. There was a comedian that once said, when the shit hits the fan, step aside. Just step aside. Don't stand in front of them. Go no contact. Reduce the contact. Go gray rock. Be uninteresting to them. It is okay. You know your true value. You know your true interesting. You know you have adventure and a dream and interest in life. Go ahead and pursue that. You don't need to be responsible for trying to change this other person. Let them go. Don't stay in a groove and rut of anger, because that just only makes the hole deeper, and it makes it more time for you to get out. So let go of the anger, take a deep breath, let it go, and say, I am productive, I am at peace, I am focusing on what I truly want and deserve in my life, and continue to surround yourself with those people who are loving, understanding, and compassionate and empathic, and realize that you now have a new wisdom and a new filter with which to look at and love life. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.